Hey, what's up, guys? Back from the deck profile here. Now, I have a new dinosaur list for you. Now, I went back to my roots with this one. I'm not playing some of the stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want to test some things just to see if they were as good as I remember, and they were. This is something also kind of for the budget players. I'm not even intentionally playing for the budget players. I just personally thought that this was just how it should be. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but yeah, without further ado, nice 40 card dinosaur list if you want to pan down there, bro. Alright. Okay. Alright, so this list, it's kind of like Dinosaur Turbo. I'm actually playing 3 UCT, shout out my boy John. Dan.
Yeah.
But I made one of them a rare when I was testing just to see if this one actually really mattered. So I kept it in here. I did draw it a couple times and it was clutch. So I for this list, I think 3 UCT is where I wanted to be at. And then obviously 3 Oviraptor. And then for the baby count, we're actually maxing on the babies for this list. We're playing 3 babies, Ceresaurus, and 3 Petries. This will become a little bit more apparent later, but I'm also playing 2 Archosaur. I think this card's just completely fine. Like, playing one of it in the deck, because I was playing, like, this is like a more turbo list, more consistency based. Like, every hand you draw is usually just insane. So it's just like, you know, you want to keep the consistency. I think 2 is fine. Then obviously the Misk, Giant Rex. I'm actually back on Giant Rex now. I wasn't playing Giant Rex for a little while, which might sound dumb to some people, but this card just doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? It just comes back for another Exceed or another Synchro or whatever it is. But this card's very good in this list. And then the 1 Pankratops, of course. And then we are playing the 3 Lithosagens. This is a going first list, but you can go second with it easily. This card I just felt like was low-key kind of like an FTK sometimes going first, especially in the current, you know, meta. So I just really enjoyed this card.
So good, dude.
It's so good, bro. And it's just like, you know, it's one of those things that like Droll doesn't affect. Like, and shout out my boy YGOPD. He let me borrow his Fenners. I sold mine a little while ago. But you would play 3 Fenner in here just because Fenner, obviously, other than the fact that it's insane, just counts as 2 Earths for this. Not that you would ever make that play, but just also it's a non-dinosaur for Pill. And then the hand traps, we were playing triple Droll. This might seem weird, but it's 2 Ash. So I was playing 3 Ash in this list, and I decided to cut the 3rd Ash for a diagram. And you're thinking, Sonny, why the fuck would you do that? So with the 3 Lithosagem, I was like, oh, we can just play 3 Ash because it's a non-dinosaur, non-engine card, and then we just hard draw this, right? And I was like, no, I kind of want this just because if your hand's babies, you have another chance to full combo. This also is kind of Droll perceptive, you know what I mean? But also in that same aspect, you can still just kind of play around it. I thought the 2 Ash was completely fine for me. You can play 3 if you want, but this is what I cut for it. So, and then still being with the turbo cards, we were playing 2 Pill, 3 Fossil Dig, excuse me, and then 3 Books and 3 Clips. This is a nice 40 card list. I'm not playing Dark Roller in this main. Once again, talked about on Saturday with the Earth Machine list was more or less for the Eclipse Droll type deal. The hand traps that are just more blanketed, like Droll and such, is just very good for the, you know, the Pill and whatever. Plus, I don't know a whole lot of decks that can play through Eclipse and UCT, so that's just kind of me. So, and then for the extra deck, the extra dip, I'm going to talk about a couple things after this too. Obviously, the Dolka, the Dweller. Dweller's actually been insane. I played against a couple Tier Limits, dude. Tier Limits is actually just super good right now with Revolution Synchron and all that stuff. And the Visa Star Frost Synchro with Scream, it's insane. This card's just really good to shotgun, of course. And then Bagoosk and the Zeus. And then the Dugaris. I'm playing Crooked Cook, dude. This card's so funny to me, and it actually comes up. It's like when you don't want to waste the Bagooska, you just make this and then go battle phase, and they're like, sure. And then they just go, whoa. This card's actually just kind of nuts. On the last Exceed is the Zeus, of course, the Goosk and the Zeus. And then for the links, the Link Karibo, Secure Gardener, we are playing Hida, of course. Pentastag, this is just game if you lose the die roll. IP Unicorn. And then for the Link 4s, just the access code, the Aver Max, and then the only Link 5 is the Auto Goddess. I really have been appreciating this card as of late. I think this card is just really just insane, like all around, just very good. You can pan it to me, bro. So obviously you guys saw this list. I'm not playing scraps. I strayed away from the scrap stuff. I didn't want to have any bricks in this deck. I wanted my deck to fully be playable. So like I said, I love Fridge. Fridge is still insane. Chimera also still insane. But I just didn't. I wanted every hand to be playable. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. And also, if you notice, I'm not playing Ground Xeno or Transcendosaurus or that stuff, the Frostosaurus, all that shit. I was tired of that shit. Like, Lars is really good, but it's not worth playing Frostosaurus in my opinion. Like, yeah, you can combo off and do all that crazy shit, but I think you just stick to this and it's just like enough. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. But that's just my opinion. This is just one of the lists that I've been testing, so I was like, I want to go back to my roots and see where we're at. But hey guys, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Cheers.